Friends, I want to wish you a happy Hanukkah. As today is the last day of Hanukkah, known as Zos Hanukkah, this is finally the complete holiday of Hanukkah when all 8 candles are lit. And Shabbat Shalom for the Shabbos that we'll be reading the Torah portion of Vayigash, the Torah portion which tells us about the moment that Yosef and his brothers and his father all meet up together. Yosef reconciles with his brothers, and they're all reunited again as one after 22 years being apart. And obviously when Yosef revealed himself to his brothers after he saw that they regretted the way they behaved with him and how they were protecting his younger brother Binyamin, it took a while till they digested the fact that their brother actually was the viceroy of Egypt. And then he sends for his father and he says, bring your father, our father, back here, the whole family, and you'll settle here and I'll invite you here like royalty. And they come to tell the father the news, and initially the father has a hard time believing Yosef is alive. How can he know that it's not a hoax? How can he know it's real? Wasn't he killed? And how can he be the viceroy of Egypt? And then the Torah says, Vayaras HaGolos, when he saw the wagons that Yosef sent up, Vatchi Ruach Yaakov Avim, all of a sudden his spirit came alive. Yaakov accepted and was happy. He realized Yosef is alive. What was in those wagons? And our sages tell us, which Rashi, the foremost commentator, brings down, that the last thing that Yosef studied with his father, because they studied regularly, was the law of Egla Arufa, the law of a person who dies somewhere out there in the middle of the wilderness or fields, and you have to measure which city is closest to where he died, and that city has to bring an atonement for allowing someone to pass by and not taking care of their needs. They're feeding them what they need. And they brought a goat, which they had to go through a whole process near a brook. And the word Egla and Agala are the same letters. So when he saw the wagons, Yosef was hinting to, this is what we learned last, Father. And now Yaakov was alive. His spirit came alive. What does this tell us? Yaakov connected with his son, who was his son. But his deepest connection with his son is that they shared something very deep that was the same. They shared the Torah and the importance of Judaism and the relationship to Hashem. And when Yaakov saw that his son Yosef, having lived in Egypt for 22 years, and instead of sending a message to his father saying, look at my wealth, I'll send you my bank statement, look how much I own, look how much everyone respects me, look how the whole world honors me. It's not what he sent to his father. He says, Father, the studies that we did the last day before you sent me to check out on my brothers and look what happened to me, that's what's so precious to me. It's like it's in front of my eyes. It's like I learned it today. Yaakov realized Yosef is truly alive. Not just physically alive and he became a different type of person, but the same Yosef I knew was alive and well. And that's powerful. That's when he realized that whoever he was able to pass on to his son Yosef. And he was sure that Yosef would pass it on even to his children in Egypt. And the Jewish people will be able to pass on our faith and our belief even in the most hostile or difficult environments or situations. So as we come from Hanukkah, which the whole holiday of Hanukkah comes from the word chinuch, education, dedication, Torah study, this is what we have to double down on. We have to make sure that we give our children a proper Jewish education. It's never enough. Whatever you give, you can give more, especially when we live in a world which doesn't share our knowledge, our values, our morals, and our principles, how much more so that we have to strengthen them by our children and families, both in how we behave and what we teach them. Because that's when we know it will pass on. Hanukkah allowed Judaism to pass on even though we lost the temple. The light that lit up the temple still lights up our homes and lives, Hanukkah. Make sure that Hanukkah we are able to pass on to our children to light up the rest of the year. Take the power of the candle, the power of the light of Torah. Make it a part of your life and a part of the life of your family. And only blessings and great miracles will come from it. So I want to wish you Shabbat Shalom. God bless you. We love you all. Candlelighting time in Montreal, 4:06 p.m.